Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. Today I want to show you a really quick way to really make somebody happy around this holiday season. I love giving food as a gift, but I'm a practical person. I love to give people things they really love. Keep it very basic, keep it very simple, and above all, keep myself cheerful and sane by doing some things that I know I can do with just basic ingredients I always have on hand. Today I'm going to show you how to make three baking mixes. I'm going to show you how to make my granola muffin mix. I'm going to show you how to make my M&M cookie mix and my oatmeal scotchies. Now I chose three because I'm actually going to be giving these away to my family members. They already know it because they expect homemade goodies every year. So the oatmeal scotchies are from my brother-in-law Steve, because he loves them, and so does Aunt Mimi. And then the M&M cookies are for my niece and nephews, and the granola muffins are going to be for my cousin Jamie because she loves these, and they'll be great for her to have on hand because she has a baby, so it's easy for her to make them, pop them in the oven. Beautiful homemade muffins in no time at all. Now today I'm going to show you just how to assemble the dry ingredients. Now what you need to know is that I do have specific recipe videos on laurainthekitchen.com on how to make each and every single one of these, the entire recipe video, so I will link all three of them down below. All you need to do is write a little card along with each one of these that just explains what they need to add to the dry mixture, like eggs, butter, vanilla, milk, oil, that kind of stuff. Now I will actually have it written down below wherever you're watching this video. I will have the breakdown for you so that way you know exactly what you need to write on the card, and that's it. No extra additional info, so that it makes it very easy for you and whoever you're gifting it to. Let's get started. The first thing I want to show you is my jars. Now these are just quart jars that I got from Walmart. You can also go to Target. You can get them at your grocery store. My local grocery store actually carries these in a bunch of different sizes. I like the quart jars because they're big enough to fit everything in it, and they're really sturdy, and it also makes for a great thing for somebody else. You know, when you're gifting it, you don't want to take it back, and they're really inexpensive. So the thing is, this is the kind of person I am. I am not going to be fiddling around with some fancy homemade stickers that I have to print out, have to go buy specific paper for. No, I don't have my life together like that. If you do, honey, marry me. But I don't. So what I do is I just buy these little tags and I write in the back what each thing is. This is my granola muffin mix, and I just tie it with a little ribbon. No one is going to tell you it's not pretty enough, because all that matters is what's in here, what's in the heart. You're giving something from the heart, you're giving someone something that you know they love, and how can that be anything but fantastic, and it will always be well received. So let me show you how I like to sort of assemble my dry mix for my granola muffins. I've got this canning funnel, and makes life so much easier. I'm layering it this way because one, it makes sense, and two, it makes, you know, it looks pretty. I'm adding my granola first. Add that to the bottom of your jar. Get that flat. Then I'm going to add my flour. These are for my granola muffins. I've got my all-purpose flour, baking powder, and salt. Have a spoon help you, because otherwise I'll just make a mess and that'll be embarrassing. But you know, it's not like you haven't seen me make a mess before. But this is why I really love a funnel like this, a canning funnel, because like I didn't make a mess anyway, because it's got a really sort of wide mouth. And then you just need to add a handful of cranberries. They kind of sort of sink down, but that's okay because you need space for the sugar, and it looks like it won't fit, but everything will fit perfectly. And then you just need your sugar. And that's it. And watch what happens. The sugar sort of like starts settling, see? So it's going to fit perfectly. Add that right in there like so. Make a mess while you add it. Your kitchen, your life, you the boss. Now all you need to do is put your little lid on. Make sure you write who it's to and from, and they've got beautiful granola muffin mix on hand to use whenever their heart desires. And I know Jamie, she's going to make the entire thing, and then she's going to store them in the fridge or freezer, and she's going to pop them in the microwave anytime she wants a hot muffin. She's like my soul sister. Her and I feel exactly the same way about goodies on hand, so I know she's going to love this, and so will Aiden, because he's at an age now where he can actually eat real people food. All right, I'm going to clean up and then get ready for the next one. All right, M&M cookie mix next. Take half of your M&Ms, put them in there like so. How pretty are the colors too. Now I did pick them on purpose because that's just what I do. And then you're going to add your dry ingredients, which are flour, baking soda, and salt. Add them right in here. And now listen, you can make any mix your heart desires. Now you're gonna have to keep in mind that the dry mixture needs to come to about 4 cups in order to fit into a 1 quart jar. But if you have a bigger mix, then just use a different jar, like a bigger jar, you know what I mean? But you can make any mix you want. What I need you to know and keep in mind is that you need to make the kind of food people love. You can try and get really fancy if you want to, but at the end of the day, people want real food, the kind of food that they sort of can really appreciate. All right, the rest of the M&Ms went in. Brown sugar, pat that down just a tiny tad bit, like so. And then you just finish it off with your granulated sugar. And that is as difficult as these are. Now you can see the M&Ms peeking through, which I love, but I kind of like that they're not all exposed, so it's kind of like a little surprise in there. And I know my niece and nephews, because they're older, they love these, and I'm gonna give this jar specifically to them so that they can make them, they can make cookies around the holiday season, not necessarily on Christmas, but just around this time of year. Okay, M&M cookies done. Last one. Oatmeal Scotchies are next. All right, so we've got our oats. These are just instant oats, but you can use old-fashioned if you want to. Then you need your butterscotch chips. If you want to, you can do any cookie you want. You don't need me to tell you that because you already know you're the boss of your own kitchen. Then in here, I've got my all-purpose flour, cinnamon, salt, and baking soda. I like to give that a quick mix. Now, when it comes to, when I'm showing you in the recipe video on laurinthekitchen.com, sort of each step on how to make, you know, the cookies or whatnot, really, you can just take the unsalted butter that's been softened to room temperature and your eggs and your vanilla and your mix in your standing mixer on medium speed and mix everything together. It's gonna end up in the exact same place and it's gonna be just fine. So, we have that. I need the brown sugar. Now again, it's going to look like it's not going to fit, but it will, especially since you have to really pat down on the brown sugar, like so. There is a method to my madness. You just have to keep that in mind. Sometimes I don't even believe it, but there is. There we go. Put your lid on, and you can write who, you know, they're to and from. And also, these will be great for your coworkers. If you know they like a specific cookie, if they know they like a specific cake or whatever, these will be great for them. So there you have it. 3 awesome homemade delicious baking mixes for people that I know are going to receive them so happily. I know that they're going to love them. I know that they're going to put them to use. I know that they're going to make them. I know that they're not going to stay in a closet somewhere on a pantry shelf because it's some fancy thing that they'll never ever make. These I know will be received so well. So I hope that you give these a try, but most of all, I hope that you just take this idea and run with it and make it your own and use whatever cookie mix you want to use just to make it personal for someone who you know likes a specific cookie. Now, I've got a lot of people to make mixes for, so I'm gonna get going, but I hope you've enjoyed this recipe, well, this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you next time. Bye!